Boom, boom. This is Ken, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. All right, so we got a new game up. Came out yesterday. It's called Hero Cantare. This is uh, interesting game. So far, I've been playing it for several hours so far. I started downloading it this morning. I tried to get to it yesterday, but I had too much going on with Fate Grand Order, so I wasn't able to get to it. I had to finish up the Kungetsu event that was going on there. So, and as you know, a lot of events in Fate Grand Order involve time consuming due to a lot of reading and stuff, especially that event because you have to try to guess the murder mystery type event. But anyway, so I started playing the game this morning. Um, I got pretty lucky. When you log on, you're going to get there's a bunch of videos out there on how to re-roll if you want to. I fortunately did not have to re-roll because one of the when you first log on to the game, you're gonna have these portals up here, and two of these portals. This one right here is for Warrior Soa and Witch Mirror You, and then there's a southern right here which is for Black March Bam and Yeon's Flame Khun. I went ahead and drew on this one. um, you do get now. Be advised that Black March Bam is a unit that you can get in game. It's in the relay event that's going on right now. I'll show you that briefly here when we touch on the UI. But so you can get him in there, but a lot of people are trying to get him right now, so they'll have him and they can start leveling him up. And then when they get the unit in the relay, they can then use that as a limit break for the character. So that's what some of the people are doing, which is what I attempted to do. I unfortunately did not get Black March Bam, but I did get Yeon's Flame Khun, who I'm hearing right now from a lot of people is apparently OP, and I would have to say that he is starting to be exactly that as I'm leveling up here. This game's a little bit different than most games. So anyway, but I drew on that and got Yeon's Flame Khun. Um, at 1-5, you'll get a 10 pull, an unlimited 10 pull, which means you keep pulling on it until you get the character you want. And you always get one SS character will be in there. Only one. Don't try to get two. You can't. I had to draw on it like 52 times before I got Chloris, which is the character that I was looking for, which is this beauty that you see on the screen here, because Chloris is the best healer in the game, and you need a healer. Okay, and I'm going to explain here in a few minutes why. But let me continue with what I was saying. But you'll get at 1-5, you'll get a 10 pull, and you get one S guaranteed, and then you'll get a bunch of other characters. Okay, so you can choose the character that you want. Um, uh, this game involves. I noticed this at 1-3, okay, before, and at 1-4 that I was coming close to dying. Okay, I was just getting hit, and just didn't have what it takes, and so I got a little like, okay, I definitely need some healer, and the best healer in the game by far is Chloris. She's SS rank. There's a few others in there that you can get for healing, but she is the primary one. So I went and went and went and went and went until I got her, and I'm glad I did because she's making the game much easier. Okay, so the reason this game's a little bit different. Most of the times, you can start a game, grab your characters, go in there, boom, 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 boom. You just go through until maybe go 10, 13, 14 levels and not have any trouble. Level up your characters, boom, 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 no problems. This game's not like that. Okay, you will take damage, and you will die. Okay, um, it's not very easy in the way that we've got. It, you won't 3-star everything on the first try. It's very, very difficult to do that. The problem is that you take damage, and you're not doing a lot of damage to sport, and it's the way the game is set up. As you get better characters, you'll start to see your damage increase. I've managed to. I'm actually running 2 healers right now. Um, you've got Chloris right here, and then I've got Erin right here. She's a proto supporter healer, and then Chloris is a full healer. Neither of them do very little damage. Most of my damage, this right here is Khun. He's actually a supporter. He's starting to do a little bit more damage now as I've leveled him up. But most of my damage is actually coming from my lowest ranked character, which is the S character that I got on the same draw that I got Chloris in the 10 pool. He does most of my damage, and as you'll see this here as we finish out this level, as you notice, I'm not taking much damage at all, but I've got two healers. I've got the best healer in the game and another support healer. Okay, so as you can see, this is a damage meter and recovered HP. This shows you, and you can see so it's very good to analyze. And as you can see, this is Chloris, she's SS. This is Khun, he's SS. This is Aaron, she's S, and this is Ipyu, and he is S as well. As you can see, he's doing more damage than all of my other characters. And I noticed that immediately when I was starting to go through the levels, analyzing statistical graphics from this. And I could see that he was doing more damage than everybody else. So I just started to focus on him as my main damage dealer until I get Bam, Black March Bam. Okay, then he'll probably switch to my my power dealer. But until then, I'm going to have to use him because I've only got two SS characters, and that's Chloris and Khun. So you definitely want to go for Chloris. It just this is like I'm running two healers, and as you can see, and I still had one that got seriously damaged. So they hit very hard is what it amounts to. So let me show you. Let me go ahead and grab this story rush here. Let me go ahead and show you what you got going on, so you can take a look at and see what it is and what it contains. Okay, so you've got the basic UI. You got Hero Road. This is an event. This here is you get points. Okay. Follow through this. It's going to give you the mats and stuff that you need to create a hero of high status, probably legendary. Relay missions are sort of like daily missions. You get Bam here on step 6 right here. So that's him. So if you got another one of him, if you got him when you did your initial draw, don't panic. You'll be able to use that for a limit break to make him considerably stronger. First purchase, they've got the standard events up, and they've got a store here. It's got nothing new or unnerving here. Pretty much the same as everything, just like in most of your other games that you'll see. They do have an event, as you can see here, for the next month, and they have the daily missions, which you clear from right through here, and as you complete those, you get the rewards for that. So keep an eye on that. Friends list, same thing as everywhere. Friends, mail. You will receive. Make sure that you check the mailbox when you log on. After 1.1.1.2.1.3, you can't really do much. You're pretty much forced into the actual game, and you got to do the story levels. But at 1.3, you can leave and get back to your main screen. Go into your mail. You'll get some gems, and you'll get some summoning stones that you can use for the summons. So you don't want. That's where you get those at. And then, like I say, when you hit 1.5, you'll get the multi-10 pool that you can hit over until you get the character that you want. So from that standpoint, heroes, basically just the heroes. I got a pretty good team right now. Chloris and Khun are my two best, as I said. Now Aaron, I did not get into Aaron. Aaron, if you go through, I think it's, which one is it? Is it the Hero Road? I think it's here. Is it the Heroes Road? One of these, in Heroes Road or Flame, you'll get a box. I think it's just for completing. I think it's completing chapter 1, I believe it is. But you'll get a box, and the box will allow you to pick one of two characters, either Aaron or another one of the characters is a healer. Not as good as Chloris, but she's an okay healer. I think she's the second ranking healer. And you can pick that. I chose Aaron because Aaron is sort of like does both. She's like both buff, and then here's Ipyu. So he's my main DH dammer. I got I was using Take until I got Aaron, and I never started with Heartseeker because I was looking for somebody to tank at the beginning because I was dying or getting very close to dying, and I even with Chloris and Yoon's in there because I really didn't have a lot of damage, so I just decided to go ahead and focus everything on Upyo and Khun for my damage. And then I just added Aaron to give me a little bit more boost. She's not a healer per se. She's more of a supporter. She does healing, but she also does some damage, as does Cloris. Cloris is also a very good tank. You definitely want to put Cloris on your front row. She's that good. So she can tank for you as well as heal. Don't be afraid to level up the characters. You'll get a lot of these items right here, which are used to level up your characters as you go through the hero road and the replay missions, and just the rewards for this does have an idle feature, which is here on the main screen, the main battle story screen. This right here is an idle feature right here, so don't confuse this with like you're playing the level, even though it looks like you're not. You have to actually click into the battle, go to the battle. This is a AFK type offline medium here that you will gain. Just let it run, and then when you want to, you just claim it. So when you log in, you claim it, and as you can see, it resets, and now it's going to start filling back up again. So so that allows you to get a good bunch of mats that you will need for leveling up and whatnot. So that a lot of that comes from that. So don't be level up. Keep your characters. I've been keeping my characters roughly 2 or 3 levels above the actual enemy levels, and that's keeping me to the point where I'm not too bad, and have been able to clear it through. I get usually 2 or 3 at 2 star or 3 star. I don't 3-star all of them. You got to do it in like 4 moves. I don't got the power to do that yet. Once I've got, you get an S rank. You'll be getting an S rank character here in the event. You get an SS random right here. I'm hoping I'll get on day 4. I'm hoping I'll get a damage dealer. Would be nice. To give me a little bit more, a straight damage dealer. If Ilpy's not doing bad, but I would like an SS rank one, or somebody who's a little bit more. But for right now, Ilpy's holding his own, so I'm not displeased with him. And like I said, I got him when I got Chloris on the 10 pool. He was one of the characters that was in there, so I'm using him. So inventory basically just standard, where you got everything. You got hero shards for the ones. This is Bam right here, so I'm almost enough shards to actually get a limit break for him. 50 is what is required to make a limit break, I believe. The equipment, exclusive equipment, relics and artifacts. These are as you get higher, you'll have use for those. Guilds, standard guild. Forge this is how you create equipment. You can craft relics by using the shards that you have for the character to create relics for him. I'm going to wait until I get a little bit more in terms of that before I want to start forging any relics. We already went over the portal. That's where you do the summoning, and then the store. So world, there's a bunch of stuff. I got Dimension Gap. I've got Dimension Gap open right now. I did the first floor in that. I didn't see any trouble with it at all. So let's go ahead and do the second floor. We'll show you what it entails. So this is my team right here, but let's change that, because this right here is not my current setting that I want here. Hold on, you must first configure your expedition team. Okay, so let's take him out and let's put Aaron in there now. There we go. Okay, so that's my current setup right there. I've got the 2 healers, believe it or not, in the front. Normally you would think put the healers in the back, but the healers here, it just works out better if they're in the front. And they heal in the back. So this, as you can see, as Now, what I noticed here when I did when you started playing, and see that was just LPU right there who just did that. He's got an AOE where he hits everybody. Um, so we've already taken one out. Now, see they're hit. See, Chloris is getting hit pretty good, but she's got a shield as well as the ability to heal herself. And then see, Aaron just healed her. So you need, so also some of the characters will go directly into the back. So I'm happy with this two healers. I don't have any trouble with it at all, and I think it's better. And as you can see here, Khun is starting to show his as I'm leveling him up, he's starting to show his damage because I've got a damage set on both of them armor wise. So let me show you what I got. So that's the dimension gap. This is basically just like any other game, sort of like a progress through, and as you go through, sort of like a tower. Although I think the dimension crack is more like the tower in this case, and that'll open up for me at 310. But yeah, so and then they got a trial tower down here, and then they got boss battles and stuff. I'll be showing more on that because I'm going to be covering this game quite frequently because I actually enjoy it. I think the graphics are excellent. It has webtoon graphics. So if you look for it, it's Hero Cantare and it's Cantare and it's got webtoons with webtoons. So it's a combination of a couple of animes, Tower of God and a few others. There's two others that are there, but I don't watch the other two. But I do watch Tower of God. So so that's from that standpoint, it does have some of the characters do look familiar to me because they're from that anime. But yeah, so then there's Arena. Arena is basically 1v1. As you can see, you can just, like I got 82, 88. Hero Cecil. I beat Cecil. This is Hero Casey right here. She's at 36 nights. So I shouldn't have any trouble beating Casey here. So we'll just take a look at that. This is just auto. So as you can see here, character-wise, I shouldn't have any trouble. What I noticed on the first one, I think it was Hero Cecil, it didn't do any damage to me at all. I had that. I don't even think they were hitting me hard enough to really do much in the way of damage. So since there's a difference in our skill, I'm not gonna manually do it. As you can see, there is so low that it's really not. I really wouldn't have to really, you know, focus on it just to do it, especially when I got two healers in there. So as you can see, they're not doing much in the way of damage to me. So this is basically as you can see the way that we're working on the bottom here. This is basically cards, okay? And if you played seven deadly sins or something like that, you know where you can combine the cards to level up. So one card means it'll do the level 1 skill. So as you can see there, see pretty good. 2 in the back doing the damage, 2 in the front blocking, and then you get the rewards for doing it. So they're very generous with the rewards if they continue along that course. For most of the people I've heard talking about it, Reddit and whatnot, it seems to be very free to play friendly. If you want to if you want to try it on free to play, I always do that. I don't pay on a game until I've played it for at least a month. If after a month I'm still playing the game and I'm still enjoying it, like I do Destiny Child, Azur Lane, Danmachi, Warrior Freeze, I like those games. And if I play a game for more than a month, I'll usually spend some money on it, drop some money for some gems or something. All those games are free to play. You don't have to. It's just you want to get a costume, want to help out the developers. So I'm not one to say, I don't particularly like people who wail on games because it makes the game less competitive from that standpoint. But when you've got games like Azur Lane, Danmachi, and those games, it's very difficult to you can reach that level without wailing. It just takes longer. In Azur Lane, really not much you can do. Azur Lane, the only thing you can do is purchase the game, the currency, which is used for your dorm, and things like that, which don't really and buying outfits which don't boost. There's no boosting on the outfits that you get in Azur Lane, so they don't affect the character level or anything like that. So I don't see the need for doing that. But yeah, in this game, so we'll have to see how it goes because it just came out yesterday. So, but from what I hear, it just entered in North America right now. So the global version just came out, and it's only in North America. It's a Korean game, I believe. So it's Korean based. So I think it's in Korea and China, and now here. So if you want to play this from other places, it might be difficult. You might have to download it from Khun apps or something like that, because I was able to get it through Google Play. So that's where it is. So that's what it is. So it's a very, very good game, and I'll have you some more. So I just wanted to talk to people and tell them to focus on healing. Different game, different setup. And I'm at story level 3. Story level 2 was basically the end of story 1 and the beginning of story 2 is basically what's working, what's not working. My original format team before I decided to add Aaron in there was I was running Take Jiggle. So I had Take Jiggle. I had a healing set on him. Let me show you the. Actually, I need to stay there. Let me show you the. I'll show you the sets that you got here. So when you open up your character, this is the skill. Okay, level them up. You just click right there, and as you can see, it uses these items and gold, which, as you can see, 755,000, 3 million gold. So as you can see, no problem leveling up. So if you're close to dying, not doing too well, level up your character. Okay. Now then you got the outfits right here. This is, as you can see, it's got the little red attack symbol on it down here on the bottom. That indicates it's an attack. She does an immense amount of healing, but she also has attack. So I wanted to boost her attack a little bit because she got so much hit points. She's got 5,800 hit points. She's got more than as you can see more than everybody else. So I really didn't think the need to put more hit points on her. So I instead put my hit points and I hit on my Aaron, I put on the front row. So whoever you have on the front row, you want to have Chloris on the front row, and then you get this set in game real quick in level 1 and 2, and put this set. This is a full set of healing, as you can see by a little heart. This will add it gives you an attack percentage and a hit point percentage increase. Okay, so that's you want to make sure that your front row character has that on them, because that will buff their defense, buff their hit points, and give you a little bit on your way of attack as well too. So that's why she's not doing not too much. So that way I've got them both alive. Okay, and then well, I wanted to put a little bit of a damage set on Ipio, because that's just, he's my damage dealer. So I've got a full damage set. This little SS+1 you will get as a reward, as one of the gifts in your mail when you log on. I think it's in the mail that you'll get that reward as part of the event opening grand event game. So that's a very good dagger. So definitely put that on your main attacker, whoever that may be. And this, so I've got an attack set. It's not really a set because this right here doesn't do it, but yeah. So I've got that on him. It's a very good piece. As you can see, it 13% attack, and another 10%. So that's 23% on your attack plus 20 to your hit points. So it's an extremely good weapon. So definitely put it on your main damage dealer. If you got Bam, you want to put that on Bam. Okay, and if you got the Witch, you want to put it on her, and Sora on her. Sora and Witch Mirror, they're in the other banner. If you got either of those two, you definitely want to equip that weapon on them. Okay, and then come around your 10 pool at 1.5. I would go for Chloris. It'll make things so much easier in terms of staying alive. It won't be. My assumption is this is going to be the opposite of some games. Some games are very early. You don't really need to worry too much about healing. Then towards the end, you need to start worrying about it. I think this is going to be at the beginning. You need to worry about healing until you can boost up your power and attack. And then after that, you'll be able to focus less on healing and focus more on power. Is what I'm thinking is going to happen. So it's just a little bit, So you don't expect to 3-star everything at the beginning. You won't, but don't worry about it. Just progress through the story, because as you progress through the story, you get gear. You don't have to 3-star it to get the reward. You just got to finish it. So even if you 1-star it, you still get the same reward. No difference. Okay. So just go through, and and get the reward. It's usually, there's a lot of gear. This is where you're going to get most of your equipment at the beginning of the game, until you can start crafting the good stuff, and getting through some of the world events, like in the Dimension Crack, and Dimension Gap. This is where you're going to start getting the good stuff, and you'll of course get stuff from the bosses. The best stuff will of course be from the boss. So we're not to that point yet. Okay. So once we get to that, once you get that, that's where you get your really, really good stuff. The story is going to give you what you need to get through it, and still, be successful in completing the story if that's what you want. So yeah, focus on that. So, get in there, go to 1-3, open up the portal. You'll have these two will have a free draw. So draw on them. I chose to use my cubes on this one because I was going to try to get Bam, but this since you're getting Bam, most people might want to just try to go and draw off of this. Okay. Out of these two, you want to try to get Miru, because she's very good character, high damage character. Okay. And this one, either both of these. Black March Bam is supposed to be one of the best story characters in the story mode. There is, they say, and Yoon's Flame is turning out to be overpowered, is what I'm hearing. I seem to be seeing that he's support. He's got a very good kit. So let's take a look at the kit, and you can see exactly why. I'll show you why Chloris is so important. So everybody's got 3 skills. Now, if you have one card, if you do a 1-card deal attack with her, it's going to use Nature's Grace. Okay. Now, if you combine to make 2 cards, it's going to use Butterfly's Return. Okay. And if you combine to make 3 cards, it's going to do Mandolin Fantasia. Okay. So that's how it flows. So Nature's Grace is, attacks opponent, 100% attack, decreases 5%, but it recovers 2 allies. Recovers 2 allies with lowest hit points and give them 7.5%. This one reduces 10% of the hero's remaining HP and recovers. So this takes away from her HP, and she generates a shield of 15% and increases HP 20%. And then the last one reduces 20 of the hit points in allies with lowest hit points by 70% of HP and grants 1-time immunity to damage. Okay, and then so she'll make you immune as well too, as well as a shield, as well as healing on all 3. So that's the reason she's the best healer in the game. If you see any healer tier list, she's going to be right at the top. Now one of the reasons that Khun is so good is because he's a support character, but see, he does damage, but he also he gives 30% attack boost to the house out. So if you have an extremely high damage, see, this is one of the reasons my Ipyu, who's just an S character, is maximizing my damage, because he's getting buffed from Khun. Khun buffs your attack. He takes your highest attacker and buffs him. Okay, I mean that's and it's for 2 turns, not just once. He buffs them twice. It lasts for 2 turns, and as you level up that skill, it's going to go up. Right now, it's 30%. And then he boosts all allies attack by 5% on his second one, and generates 2 burns. So he afflicts a burn and buffs your other character's attack by 5%. So you see where I'm getting with this? The guy's a literal attack minion. I mean, this guy buffs everybody. And then on the last one, he attacks all opponents and decreases their speed, and all allies are granted 1 more critical hit on their next stack. This guy's a buff master, and that's the reason he's OP. And as you level him up and you start leveling up these skills, you're going to see it dramatic. I mean, he alone, you can take a low rank character and make that character a veritable demon when it comes to damage. I'm seeing it right now with Ipu. uh, so yeah, it's just great. So I, I wasn't intending getting him, but you should draw for him if you get a chance. That's why I think that second banner is the best, because even if you don't get, Black March, bam, you can get Ewan's Flame Khun. So so a lot of people, if they don't get either of those two, you can re-roll. Um, but yeah, and then you go to 1-5, you get that draw and get Chloris, and you should have yourself a team, and that's where I'm at right now. So yeah, it's a very exciting game, and it's different. It's got a little bit different take on it, but graphically, it's pretty nice. I like the way the graphics are set up, and I like the way they play it. But yeah, so that's it. So Hero Cantare is what it's called with Webtoons. Okay, so go ahead and put a like on the video. Remember to click on the subscribe button and tap on the little bell beside it if you want to get notified whenever I drop a video. This is Ken Rear in the corner, signing out.